Ein Plagiat von einem Leben hat sich endlich selbst.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Whoops, I'm dropping mods. Thank you for joining us for another Lethal's Vapor Lounge Live. This is a very special edition with my Omi, Mr. Frank the Freaking Wolf. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, buddy. How about you?
I'm not doing too bad. Just chilling. You know, got the house to myself, so we're having a nice, relaxed Saturday. How about yourself? Would you up to anything special today?
So as of the moment, aside from me gaming, basically, what happens for my Saturday is I play League of Legends, basically. So whenever I have time, I usually watch the competitive scene, just because that's how
You
it is
learn.
basically from gaming, and that's how exciting it would be for you to game. So basically, League of Legends is my jam. And then a while ago, I was trying hard to be a weeb again. So basically, I was watching. Okay, recently I was watching Demon Slayer, and I actually also started watching Vinland Saga. So
Yep.
those are kind of like my jam as of the moment.
I like Jax.
Ooh,
Yeah,
and
Jax, and I liked Rengar when I played jungle for a while.
uh, yeah,
I used to like the jungle Gar, but Amumu is probably by far my favorite, actually.
I actually like him because he's really good. My main actually is an AD carry, basically. So I'm a marksman kind of guy,
Yep.
but I'm trying to learn jungle basically because jungle's actually pretty cool and OP broken thing, you know?
Yeah.
That it's a pretty broken
Well,
role.
before we go too deep into all of this, what I typically do is we start the show with our buffet, you know, show off what we're vaping on, and then we give a shout out to people out in chat. So why don't you kick us off with what are you vaping on today?
So first and foremost, Vicious Ant 18650 with the Reverie on top of it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool setup. I'll be honest with you.
I like it.
So I like it too, and that it's like which is the Nightshade, which is like a really good pitch black Mountain Dew.
Yeah, the
It's
black cherry Mountain Dew there,
yeah,
kind of thing
so
there.
I like that. And also I have the banana spotty, or I was going to say banana spotty or banana patty, but like
Banana patty.
yeah, that setup. So banana spotty with a TM24 Pro. Thank you again, Mr. Amish, for sending that my way. And in that, Illusion Nirvana, good stuff. And I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So Vindicator with a goon on top of it, and
Nice.
Surf satisfying. No audio from Frank. What happened?
Why no audio from Frank?
What?
How no audio from Frank? Talk?
Why? Hello? Hello?
Oh, you know what? How about now?
Hello?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Now they've got audio on you. Sorry, guys. My apologies for that. I didn't even look at the meter. I couldn't. Yeah. So now they can hear
Boosh.
you, though.
There you go. That's all important.
That
You
is.
can just replay it.
Yep.
So Vindicator with a goon on top of it, and inside that, that's surf satisfying. So basically, that's almost pretty much what I've been vaping on the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I've not got a lot. I actually am not home where all of my other mods are. I only brought
Uh,
two with me. I'm actually house sitting for my cousin. And
uh,
what I brought with me is the Topside Duel and the Drop Dead.
nice.
Very nice. I like that setup, and that combination is really, really, whew, I like it. Also got that gold Vupu drag with the Twisted Messes TM24 Pro on top.
Ooh wee. So
Turn
good, man.
myself up. Okay, I will turn myself up. Actually, you can tell that I'm not home because I'm using my headset and
Mhm.
not. How about that? Is that better? Is that better? Wolf. DC Rackley's in the house.
Hey,
But that's what I'm vaping on. Juices that I've got going in the Twisted Messes TM24 Pro, I'm vaping Yogi's Apple Cinnamon Granola Bar.
nice,
Very nice. And in the Topside Dual, I've actually got Tobacco Crunch,
nice.
which you can find that at Chef's Flavors. Um, so, yeah, that's what I'm vaping on. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to people in chat. We've got quite the few, let me see here. Quite a few people watching right now. We got 14 on the clock. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Big love. So, howdy do to Stu Rep, Vaping with CJ, Maffey MC, Christopher Hroback, Tiberius Jax. How we doing, Vapor Swaggins? We've got Stuart Niven, Jacoby Vapes. What's going on, my dude? Flippin' Loud, Jeff Esposito. Hooey, DC Rackley. We got Wolf
There you
Bite,
go.
a.k.a. Frank Freaking Wolf. There you go. And Shane Davies, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for jumping in to chat. It's always good to see you guys. Without you, we would not have a show. So, Frank, who is
Frank.
Frank? Who is Frank? What is it? First, why don't we start with your background? How did you enter the vaping scene?
Sure. So let's start on a little bit of a history. So basically, here, go back. Basically, what happened was so my vape story happened basically on my college days. Remember when you sit in college and you were just studying, and remember that you have one certain person who's scent conscious, basically. So that person hates actually smelling anything that's cigarette related or tobacco related.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, like I love smoking and I do that for like quite a couple of years. I started around 11 basically. So whenever I have a break, whenever I have like games, because I League of Legends has been like a long game for me, like dating back around college days, right? Before it was Dota 2 or basically like those RPG games, Ragnarok, like those kinds of stuff, and Grand. I forgot that one. Grand Chase, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there, that's that one too. So basically, I tried because this one's a girl, right? I tried not to like harm her feelings by maybe I should try to vape because a lot of the times it's like I'm looking for an alternative, but basically I don't want to tell my family like, hey, I'm kind of like addicted to cigarettes, right? So what I wanted to do essentially was maybe there's an alternative that I could, do something. So my friend has an iStick 10-watt device. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That setup. And then apart from that, it's usually like I think it was a cotton candy flavored that made me quit smoking. So that's one.
Very nice.
And then afterwards I up my level to an IPV. No, not IPV, but the MVP3, which was 30 watts, by the way. Really good stuff. Because dude,
High
10 watts
power.
to 30 watts was big thing. Like
Back
that's
then,
a big
yeah.
jump. Yeah. So it was a big thing. And then I moved to Canada from the Philippines. And suddenly, like, I went to a music school. So back in the day, music school or music was my thing. So by profession, I'm an audio engineer and
Okay.
producer basically. So, audio stuff. That's my jam. And afterwards, a lot of my artists would go for smoke breaks. And I hardly know anyone around here. So I thought of it as like, yeah, it's easier to like go to the convenience store where it's like 24 hours rather than, go into a vape shop. So I re-entered smoking again, and a friend of mine basically like my boss hooked me up with some stuff. It was the knee box, however we want to pronounce it, again by Kanger Tech, which at that time they were actually like a pretty good company and they were releasing good stuff. So yeah, that's basically like my vaping journey. I got into like DNAs, Mac mods now, and yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. Now, what's your preferred device now that you brought that up? MechMod or regulated?
I I'll be honest with you. I haven't touched any regulated device aside from pods. By the way, aside from pods, I haven't touched any regulated device for the longest time. So whenever
Nice.
I'm at home, whenever I get to like be on like this kind of setup or either live streaming, recording the podcast, or not just that, but when I'm just chilling playing League, it's usually a Mac mod. So either like a parallel box mod like a Titan, or let's say, where is it? I forgot where it was, but the Warlock's Hammer, by the way,
Oh
which you
yeah.
should go to, Gathering Vapor Lounge. Pretty, really good stuff. Dual 2021, by the way, 21 700. And two mods, basically. So that's currently like my jam.
I need to
Yeah.
get my hands on a Warlock's hammer. That's going to be a thing. Hopefully soon.
Soon.
Hopefully. I'm
Soon.
crossing my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, most certainly.
Yeah. He's
Me
really good at
personally,
mods.
I I've been using a lot of regulated devices lately.
Yeah.
Um, such as the drag and my topside dual. Um, honestly I haven't used my mechanical mods as much as I used to. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get back into those though, um, especially my series one. I've got the overpowered stack there. I need to get that
Nice.
back and get an RDA on there instead of the RTA that I've got on top of there right now. It looks like a damn mag light. Got to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's huge. 30 millimeter RTA with a, what is it, 6 or an 8 milliliter bubble glass on it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
It is. Like actually a couple times before I got into RDAs, I was actually a tank guy. So I had the Amit Dual. I didn't have the Kylan. I had the Kensei, the Reload RTA, and it was really good because tanks back then were not sophisticated, I would say. Like they didn't have a certain, what you call it.
They weren't that complex.
They weren't that complex into wicking kind of things, and they were a bit simple. Drop the cotton, and then afterwards don't overwick it, and then that's all.
Yep.
And now
Or
that
underwick it.
the industry, yeah, basically that if it is basically the industry has been innovated, and we've got a lot of designs too, so that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing.
Hell yeah. He says it quit working and it doesn't. It if it does fire, it fires not so much.
Mm,
Not sure.
not
What the
too sure.
hell?
I would ask more. Basically, Mark Claw. He's from the Gathering Vapor Lounge. He's usually the ones who thinker about those kind of things. So if you could help Mark Claw, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome. Because that's
absolutely,
not my area of expertise, actually.
absolutely. Support Mark Clough. Good dude.
It is really
Absolutely.
good, dude.
So do you build coils? What is it that Frank Wolf does?
So basically, we're on a show on Vape Radio, which is the Wolf Bite podcast, basically. So Wolf Bite podcast, basically we talk anything under the sun. We're not like a usual radio show. We're more of like a podcast where we talk about specific topics, whether it's advocacy related or whether it's anything tangent related, or anything that's related to vaping styles, things like that,
Right.
basically. So like Wolf Bite basically started because I wanted to, what you call it. I didn't want to go into YouTube. I- I'll be like straight up honest with you that I kind of didn't want YouTube, and I have the face for the radio. I don't have the voice for it, so that's a thing. So what happened was I have a lot of thoughts in my mind, right? Like I'm actually I am unfortunately like a jack of all trades, where I could try doing a lot of things and I could do them, but I don't do an excellent or I'm not a master of one kind of thing,
Right.
which is okay. But the thing is, I could multitask in a way that I'm just doing them okay. So like whenever I have a lot of thoughts in my mind specifically about vaping advocacy, vaping related stuff, things like that. One of the best things that I saw was, hey, there's like the podcast industry, right? And if you don't know, 30 around 31, 32% of a usual not a usual human being, but like a usual person would listen to podcasts. That's 31%. And another 31% would be listening into radio, which is like those are the two biggest things that is sought after. And I was thinking maybe we should create like a whole new environment where this this thing that you listen to, like vape advocacy wise, is getting into like let's say iTunes
Hmm.
or let's say SoundCloud, into like podcast related thing. Plus, I'll be honest with you, like we're the budget culture of clouds anyway. So I mean, everyone loves culture of clouds that
Oh yeah.
wanted to imitate them. So that's just me. So, but that's what the podcast is. So yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
to a previous question, I don't build coils myself. So I'll be honest with you, like I I live in an apartment basically.
Mm.
So this apartment, whenever I rage or I shout, my neighbors could try to actually hear them. And my sister on like the let's say for example, if she's on the living room, she could actually hear me yelling. So like that's one of the biggest things is I cannot be a coil builder just because of the location. If if I can like relocate myself to like a house where I could spin a drill, I would. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
gotcha.
that's the situation.
I hear you. It's a noise thing.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, actually, that's something I'm going to be getting back into. It's something I stopped for a while. Um, I had focused a lot more on the YouTube side of things and
Yep.
doing my videos and everything. It coil building kind of took a back seat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that, thanks to a couple of other people, Uncle Chris, um,
Oh my god.
Overdrip. Yep. Thanks to a couple of other people and some talking with them and some encouraging words, I'm excited to get back to it. So once I get home after house sitting here, I'm going to be digging right back into it again. So that's going to be fun.
Yep.
You know?
And a lot of the things is I like that we're all on the same umbrella of a community. So if you're not part of it, like of a good community, like try to check out some vaping communities that you could be part with. And I'll be honest with you, like one of the things that's moving me to create content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to do things on like let's say vape radio and things like that is the community that I'm part with, which is Hey Clown Vapes, by the way, which is one of my co-hosts in that show. So they actually push you forward and they're like-minded, and whatever situation you're in, they're actually not judgmental about it.
Right.
And they actually feel your burden. So let's say for example, a couple of and I'll be honest with you, since it's like you guys are getting to know me too, right? So one of the things that I was going through a lot was I wasn't into uploading anything into SoundCloud, right? Like around 26 weeks, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't upload anything to SoundCloud. Not because I didn't want to, or not because I don't love to, but I love to create content, but it's becoming like a drag. Like
Yeah.
you you don't want to make like this sort of pleasure like become a drag. So
Right.
that's one of the biggest things is I stopped uploading them because I feel that it's either of the two things. One, I feel that I'm always not good enough for it. And two, I feel that in some way or another that because I'm letting myself out there, I'm kind of felt judged. So,
Right.
just opening up about it.
Hey, this is some of the best stuff that you can do is talk about things. Um, I do it too, and it's a well-known fact that I do this. I talk a lot about mental illness and mental health problems and what I go through, and a lot of the people that watch my stuff here. Hold on, I forgot my microphone's like so far away from my mouth. Um, a lot of people that watch my stuff, they know. I'm very open about it. There's no, don't hide it. I don't hide it. I'm just me.
Yeah.
You know, but awesome, dude. So there's not much going on in the industry, is there? Not much coming out new.
On the new stuff, as far as I've heard of, if you're into like an MTL Mac mod, like an MTL 18350 Mac mod, there's the Notion. And also, if you own a Dreamer, by the way, which you should check out, the constant contacts are coming out from Mr.
I thought they were already up.
Are they?
I thought they were.
Let's see, lucidrda.com for all your vaping needs.
Yes, remember that website, folks, lucidrda.com.
Yeah. So, like, I think he said he's going to do it this weekend. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of like excited to it because it's one of the things that got me into Mac mods. I'll be honest with you. Like, my first Mac mod was like a VGod Elite 2
Okay.
or VGod. No, sorry, VGod Pro. Yep, that one. So that's one of my first Mac mods, and it was 18650. So it was pretty good. And then when I got into Mac mods, and since I'm in Canada, I was slightly nervous of people actually, the customs
Yeah.
not sending my packages my way. So yeah, basically the Dreamer was one of the sought after Mac mods. So
Yep.
I got into the Dreamer life. I have around 3, I guess.
Nice. I'm ashamed to say that I traded mine away. Um,
Aw,
Yeah,
what
I
did
know.
you trade it for?
For my dot mod, dot box 300 watt lipo mod, and for the overpowered.
Nice.
I got both of those. So, um, I miss my Dreamer, but I think I got a good deal out of it.
You did.
You know, but um, I don't know. I haven't seen other than the Notion and the constant contacts that are coming out soon. I haven't seen a whole lot of new stuff. Wait, no, the Fat Rabbit. I did see the
Yep.
Fat Rabbit. Yep. But I think that like a lot of the newer stuff that's coming out is all like pretty much pod-based systems and stuff.
Yeah.
I find that the industry, the way I see it, the industry is pretty much focused on pod systems at the moment. Hey, Nate Jones, how are you? I mean, do you think that's a fair assessment?
Usually,
Like
and
right now, as far as the industry is concerned.
I feel that a lot of the times, I feel that we are gearing towards pod system, and let's be honest. There's not much regulated stuff coming out anyway.
No.
Not because there's not a, partly actually because there's not a market for it, but some other people actually enjoy pod-based devices. So let's say, for example, the Orchid.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, Chris Doyle had
Yeah, the Blotto.
The Blotto is coming out too, and one of the things that I don't know if this is just me, but if you focus on one thing, it's usually bad for the industry. So let's say, for example, not I'm not saying that we should or someone should, but Mac mod devices.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that there should be like a time when everyone should come out to the Mac mod, but at least you should cater to the hobbyist side of things because there is actually like a lot of money in doing not the high end side, but more of the two base Mac mod devices users. So
Yep.
there's that. There's also the tank people, which usually is a really good sign because one, you get a lot of people are addicted, and unfortunately, I'm also ashamed of it that a lot of people are into the smoke or smoke, whatever again you want to pronounce it,
Yep.
smoke devices, the tanks like that, which is usually okay, but there are some sub-ohm tanks that you should be geared into at least, like let's say the Valarian
Oh,
or
I love the
the Tra-
Valerian, the
the
Falcon.
Valarian's really good. The Falcon, the the Valerian 2 is like kind of like a little bit off because the coil heads actually are better in the one than the two,
Okay.
which is one of the shops that I was talking into. They bought that one and they're kind of like frustrated into it. Also, I think the good thing though is because, and this is what I feel about it, is because of the innovation that happened with the profile RDA, a lot of people are coming into the mesh game.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone's on the mesh game, especially on the those kinds of devices. So yeah.
I think the mesh game is definitely come a long way. I feel like the mesh game is on point at this stage.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are nailing it down pretty good. Um, like you were mentioning the profile RDA, that was an amazing RDA. I love it.
It is.
I still use it all the time. And I don't use it with round coils. I only use it with mesh. And before that,
Yep.
I was very skeptical of mesh.
Same.
I'd heard the nightmare stories of dry hits, and it was a big turnoff. So, but then I saw the layout of the deck for the profile RDA, and I thought to myself, you know what? If I'm ever gonna try mesh, it's gonna be on that. And sure enough, as soon as it came out, I picked one up, and I immediately fell in love with it.
Yep.
And it was even that much better because, like, when I first used it, obviously I used the mesh strips that came with it, but
Yep.
I graduated from that to spooled mesh wire, which is like I'm using like stainless steel, so
Yeah.
it's like wow, even better.
hmm
I'm loving it. Always have.
Do you usually use sorry, again. Do you usually use stainless steel on your coils, or do you use nichrome?
Um, when I use my round wires,
Yep.
I use nichrome.
Mm.
Yeah, I use a lot of nichrome. I pretty much exclusively vape my aliens, which I use 2636 nichrome 80,
Yep.
triple core. Um, I don't know. It's just my staple at this point. It's one I've been using this build for ages now.
Mm.
I
Nate,
like it.
Jones, do you have the profile Unity, by the way?
Have I tried it?
Mm.
Mm-mm. I want
Same.
to.
I want
Actually,
to as well.
I might have one coming to me if I can uh, come up with the money for it. But it's not expensive. He's not asking for a whole lot for it, but it would be used, and I can't wait because I would love to try the Profile Unity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's it's kind of like the Dead Rabbit series for me.
Yep.
Like pretty much, I fell in love with almost everything Dead Rabbit. Um, I've got both the OG Dead Rabbit, I've got the SQ, got the RTA, I've got the Drop Dead.
Mm-hmm.
The one I don't have is the Fat Rabbit, and I don't have the Dead Goat. So, um, but it's kind of like that where I love the profile and I want to try
Mm-hmm.
everything that's based off of the profile after that. Because
Yeah.
you know how it is with products, they just keep getting better. Um, well, they try to keep making them better, and I
Mm.
I want to see if that holds true. And I don't. I'm very optimistic about the profile Unity. To be honest, I'm very
Same.
optimistic. I'm very excited to try one. Um, I have not tried the Doom or the Kylan, so I have no input on that one. Have you used either of those?
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a tank guy myself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dropping things now. That's not why, but that's actually why I've not been using my Dead Rabbit RTA is because I'm not the tank guy myself. I'm a simple guy where it's like bring me a bottle of juice, I'll just drip it and I'll just wait.
Yep. Yep. That's I love my drippers. It's only been recent, well, not recently now. I've
Hmm.
been doing reviews and being a reviewer, you got to use all different types of products, and that's where it started at. But then I started actually really enjoying some of the tanks that I have,
Yep.
and so I just found myself continually using them. Uh, Pro did one not so long ago, the True Tank, the True Tank MTL
Hmm.
RTA, really nice. I absolutely love it. Again, I'm a dripper boy, but I have started to really appreciate the place that some of these tanks hold in the market. Um, you know what it is.
Yep.
808 Kevin K, aloha. What's going on, brother? How we doing? Hello, Ian Morey. To others that I have not said hello to, how are you doing? Uh, I,
Hello.
I know we said Nate Jones and Clown Vapes. How are you? And I think that's everybody that I didn't get earlier. Um, so, do you have any guests coming up on the podcast?
So basically, what we did was, I mean, we included Mike the Vaping Ape. So if anyone doesn't know Mike the Vaping Ape, he's one of the cool dudes that hang around Monster Man's channel usually.
Mm-hmm.
And the good things the good thing is we brought in a third person because I felt that we've me and Clown already reached like the pinnacle of what we could do as a duo. So I mean, we've talked about like let's say music stuff or specifically we've talked a lot and I'll be honest with you, we've talked a lot about weeb related stuff, not the anime stuff, which is really good because I mean, for my age, I grew up watching Neon Genesis Evangelion or the Gundam series, which
Mm,
that series is like really
Mobile
good
Suit
for
Gundam.
me. Yep. And I grew up watching a lot of animes myself. So like that's pretty much my childhood basically is all animes. Even right now actually it's like I've been okay, and I know some people would curse me about this, but I haven't watched Attack on Titan that much. I do a lot of let's say for example, like I did Sao, which is really good. Like Sword Art Online, the two was pretty
Yep.
good. And then I also watch recently I finished the irregular in a magic high school. Yep, that one. And then I've been watching My Hero Academia.
I think I've
So like
seen that one. Is that on Netflix?
yes, the irregular on a magic school or in the magic school is actually on Netflix. That's one of them. And then I've finished basically I've pretty much watched a lot of animes. Dragon Ball Z, classic, and Inuyasha. So yeah.
Frank loves cupcakes, long walks on the beach, and anime porn.
Hi Mike.
How you doing, Mike? Oh man.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to the hour here. Is there anything that you'd like to plug? Anything you want to share before we uh, finalize the stream here?
Basically, first sub to this guy. If you haven't, let's make him reach 600 subs at least by the end of this stream. And then after that, make sure to also hit that like button and check him out at Lethal Coils at Instagram. That is.
Mm-hmm.
So like check him out. Really good guy. He's a stand-up guy. I've talked to him like I think I think before this I talked to you around once or twice
Mm-hmm.
because you were in the 12-hour live stream of for the Tia Vapes thing,
Yep.
right? So that was one of the best things that we actually did together is doing live
Yeah.
streams for charity,
Mm-hmm.
which we should do again. Hopefully
Absolutely.
soon. Hopefully soon. Yeah. So those are my things. Frank Wolfbite on Instagram, and as well as Facebook. That's also Frank Wolf. So you could add me. Feel free to add me. I don't mind it. And also, we're on Vape Radio for the Wolfbite podcast. That's 10 p.m. or no, sorry, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then 12 noon Central on Saturdays. Sundays, we're on 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central. And then we have replays on Crown Vape's channel and as well as the SoundCloud, which is the Wolfbite podcast. So, yeah.
Why is he not a moderator? I'm sorry. Chris Doyle follows me and supports me through everything. I have to make Chris Doyle a spanner.
You have to make him a Renchi, man.
I have to.
You need
He's one of
Renchis
my
on your
biggest
channel.
supporters. Thank you very much, Chris Doyle, for everything. I do appreciate it. Well, awesome. I'm going to be sure to convert the times so that I know when you guys are going live Eastern Standard Time so that I can actually catch it. That would make me happy. I'd love to tune in and see, well, not see, but hear you guys.
Yeah, and also by the way, we're trying to branch out. So, I mean, we love YouTube stuff, but actually, we created a new channel for Twitch for just chatting. So you guys could actually see me twerking. No, I'm kidding.
Twerking.
But and then you could donate those subs to us. Nah, naked dance. Okay, this is like the toxic. This is like the toxic environment on Twitch, by the way. So you go into just chatting, and then there's a girl that would be dancing for just dance thing on just chatting, and you see their subs, which is kind of frustrating because there's a lot of good gamers out there, and no one subs to them. So let's say, for example, Daily Vape TV, which is slightly buzz on Twitch. He's like, and I'll be honest, he's not great, but he's actually a really good gamer. So I try to follow him, and hopefully he reaches that level when Twitch could actually partner him with him. So that's one of the things. So yeah.
Just typing in chat real quick because I forgot to plug this through Nightbot.
Nightbot, I love you. So yeah, hi Mike the Vaping Ape.
There we go.
Yeah.
$5 me love you long time. $5 to keep it on. That's funny.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
and Call of Duty is one of the best games, by the way.
Now, what do you play on console or do you play on PC?
So for League, I play on my Mac laptop, which is meh. But other than that, okay, I play, and hopefully no one curses me about this. I usually play Fortnite with Stanacious and Uncle Chris, and sometimes from time to time we used to play Fortnite, and then I also used to play Madden, basically some sport games, and
Have you
then
played Dauntless yet?
No,
You should.
I know, and because I'm kind of like one of those fans of like open world stuff. So let's say, for example, I've finished Final Fantasy 15, which I shouldn't have bought on the first day, and it was okay. It was okay, but like there are some of those games where actually they try to suffer from better graphics to like a less like a less exciting story or game story or campaign. So basically that's it. I played Witcher 3.
Oh, I have that. I still have to play it. I'm working my way through the second one right now.
Elder Scrolls, by the way, Skyrim, that's one of the good games.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Fallout series as well. I'm a big fan. Actually, that's why I posted that, because I do most days, not 7 days a week. I do it, Monday through Friday. Sometimes on the weekends, I'm not, sold on that one. But I do morning Twitch streams where I just sit there and I'll game and chat with people in the chat there, and it's nice. It's relaxing.
Fallout 4. Good stuff.
Fallout
That's good
4.
stuff.
I don't have Fallout 76, although I would love to play it.
Aw.
In fact, actually, my buddy has Xbox One in the other room, and I do believe he has Fallout 76, so I may end up playing that tonight.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
you
I'm
should.
thinking so. Because I've heard bad things about it, though.
Like what? Okay, I'm
I-
interested.
Well, there was a lot of hype about it, and then when it came out, there was so many people talking trash about the game that just like it shouldn't have been released, I guess. But apparently, from what I heard, they may have patched it, so it may be all fixed now from all the updates that they've done so far, because it's been
Yeah.
out for a little while now.
Yeah.
So it might be better off now. So I don't know. I guess I'll find out in
We'll
a
see.
little while.
Yeah.
But all right. So awesome. Thank you very much for the plugs. Thank you for coming on the show, Frank. It's
yeah.
been great having you, and great conversation. Nice to learn a little bit more about you and some of the backstory and how you got into vaping and some of your favorite types of devices. That's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks for the invite. Anytime.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking one of these times, one of these shows, I might want to see if we can't get the entire Wolf Bite cast on.
Ooh,
That would be really cool.
that's cool.
You know?
We're up for it.
Absolutely. So, guys, what can you guys look forward to? Wednesday, I've got my next Lethal's Vapor Lounge Live. Again, this was a special edition. We had a very special guest, and so I wanted to accommodate for his availability. So
Thank
he
you.
had Saturday, and no, thank you. I am very, very pleased with being able to accommodate to other people's schedules. I'd rather have you on the show on your time than not have you on at all. So thank you for being willing and coming on the show with us. It's been great.
I'll be honest with you. If I have the draft email, by the way, for my HR actually for me to call off my Mondays and then took off this Wednesday for me to accommodate your time as well. It was really close. But it's like, yeah, let's do it Sunday or Saturday. So I'm like, okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
So that's what I've got coming up. You guys can look forward to the Twitch streams in the mornings. I may end up doing one later tonight if I get like super bored, because again, I'm here at the house alone, so I'm left to my
Aw.
own devices. Yeah, it's kind of quiet and it's peaceful, but it's
Nah.
yeah, it's a little too quiet sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I got, guys. Big love. I want to give big shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Without y'all, I would not have a reason to do this show. You guys keep me motivated to keep going. I know lately my energy level has been less than desirable, and I know you guys can tell it's product of the depression, but things are getting better. So we're in better spirits today. I know you guys can tell. I'm a little bit more uplifted and animated. So big love to you guys. Thank you for all of your support and encouragement. To Chris Doyle and to the rest of the Spanners, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you guys for everything you do each and every day. I do appreciate all of the work you guys put in. So thank you guys again. And as we always do wrap up the Lethal's Vapor Lounge Live, I'm going to give you guys my final words, and then we can peace out. So guys, please do remember that we're the masters of our own destinies. We're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative our days will ever be. So please remember to keep the positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative just brush off your shoulders. Love y'all. Thank you guys again for joining us so much. It's been a real pleasure sharing some time with you guys. I will catch you next time.
By the way, 600 subs right now.
600
Woohoo!
subs now.
You got to 600.
Did we?
Yeah.
Mein Plagiat von einem Leben hat sich endlich selbst enttarnt. Ich hab genug von all dem Reden. Für mich zählt nur noch die Tat.